Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just click the link in the show description to support now.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
They win the final game 5-2 to remain the baseball champions of the world. The Yankees, with this 9-0 crusher, have won their 17th World Series.
The Yankees again are world champions.
The Yankees win their 21st World Series.
The Yankees are champions of baseball.
Ball game over. World Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
The Yankees are back on top. World champions for the 27th time.
Welcome back, Yankee fans. This is episode 92 of the Chase for 28 podcast. My name is Chris, and I am joined by the Podcast Padre. What's going on, Pop?
End the season. We won the division.
Yes, all is right in Yankee land. Months have passed since the debacle that was the fifth inning of Game 5 of the 2024 World Series, and here we are writing a new chapter in Yankee history. Opening day was a smashing success.
We had a little agita in the ninth inning there.
Little shaky in the ninth inning.
I saw the ghost of Clay Holmes coming over the wall.
It's good to be back. Regular season baseball.
All right. You ready? You want a pet peeve? Or you got something else you want to do first?
I was going to do the trivia.
Go ahead. Do the trivia, then I'll do my pet peeve.
All right. So, from last episode, the trivia question was, the Yes Network premiered 23 years ago. Who did the Yankees host in that first Yes broadcast on a spring night in Tampa? Do you have an answer?
I'll say the Tampa Bay Rays.
They did not host the Tampa Bay Rays. It was the Cincinnati Reds.
My team!
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. We'll be back
Shame.
with another question at the end of the episode. So stay tuned. All right, what's your pet peeve?
All right. This morning, I get up, I turn on the fan while I'm driving to school, and I'm listening. And coming home, I'm listening. The fan is full of Met fans.
Yes.
Boomer, Gio, they're all Met fans. This morning I turn it on, and all I hear is, oh, the Yankees yesterday. Don't they practice in spring training? Rodón, don't the pitchers practice covering first base? What was he doing there? This is where they ended off last year. What's the matter with them? I'm like, shut up.
Now, I didn't hear anything on the fan this morning, but when I was watching, I happened to be watching that part of the game after school on Thursday, right. And I saw that play happen, and I instantly thought to myself as he tripped over the air above the first base bag.
Yeah, I have no idea what got there. It must have been like a tripwire or something.
My first thought was, this exact play is one of the reasons the fifth inning unfolded the way it did in Game 5. I would have made damn sure that if anything was different about the Yankees defensively, they would go into 2025, and all through 2025, they would be the absolute best team at pitchers covering first base. And they would go in through 2025 and never make a mistake. Okay. And on their first opportunity, they effed it up.
Now, in the series, Cole never ran to first. That was the mistake there. He never did it.
Rodón got a late break on the play.
Rodón got a late break, but again, when you watched it, slow motion and whatnot, he tripped on air. I mean, he went to the base. All right, granted, you're late. But what the hell made him trip? And he missed the base altogether.
Missed the base, fell on himself. He had an opportunity to tag the guy.
I thought, here we go. He broke his ankle, and he's on the DL.
I didn't quite think he was going to be injured. But again, I was annoyed that their first opportunity to have a ground ball to first with the pitcher having to cover first base, and they screwed it up. Didn't cost him the game, but come on.
I know. The whole spring training should have been all going back to the basics. Hit the cutoff man, cover the base you're supposed to, back up the base you're supposed to. Get back to what you learned when you were 10 years old in Little League.
Yes.
I don't know.
All right. So how much of opening day did you get to watch? Did you get to do pregame? Did you just catch the game?
No,
what were you doing?
No, I didn't see any of the pregame. When I left school, I was listening to it on the radio, and when I got home, I turned on ESPN. So I had the game on.
Now,
I was watching it.
was this your first time listening to Dave Sims call the game on the radio?
Yeah, I didn't hear any of the spring training games. So I heard him call in the car. I heard him call Volpe's home run. The jam shot, I thought it was going to be like a little looper into right field, and it went into the seats.
Yeah. Off the, not the fat part of that, but like the literal middle of the bat. And he just kind of fisted it over the fence.
Right. As they were saying again, complaining about things, him and Wells, those were Yankee Stadium home runs. They wouldn't have been home runs in any other ballpark.
Now I got a pet peeve with that.
But as somebody says, that fence was there for the other team.
That's true. But you know what? Yankee Stadium is not the only major league park right now where those would have been home runs.
Where the Tampa Bay Rays are going to play?
That's right. Who, by the way, they won their game today on a walk-off home run over the short porch in right field.
Hey, by chance did Guerrero hit it?
No. No, the Rays won. The Rays. The Rays won on a walk-off.
That's right. Toronto. Yeah, of course. I'm just saying, we get some of them other guys like, hey, it's nice sitting in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah. So all you people who say that Yankee Stadium home runs, shut up. There's two ballparks with the same exact dimensions. And no, that's not our trivia question.
But it's that would have been a good one. But I mean, it's been that way since they built the old Yankee Stadium. Hey, I'll tell you this: in the old Yankee Stadium, do you know how far it was down the right field line? 296 feet. It was shorter. It went from 296 out to 344. Then it took off. They had the bullpen and then the bleachers. It went out to 407. So I don't want to hear it. So what are we going to discount? How many Babe Ruth home runs do we take away? How many Mickey Mantle home runs do we take away? Go away. That's the way the park is.
All right. I'm pulling up the...
It's not my fault Soto struck out.
I work with a guy, big Yankee fan. He texted me in the afternoon, and he was like, "Oh my goodness, Wells!" And then I just bided my time. And then I saw him today. I saw him in school, and I said, I looked like I was a kid playing wiffle ball. Like I did a little batting stance in the hallway. And I said, "Hey, Vinny, who am I?" I stood there left-handed, and I gave this weak little wave. And he was like, he had some choice words that I'm not going to put on the show.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Soto will end up doing just fine.
Yeah, but it did feel good to watch him lose the game. I said to my friend Vinny, I said, probably would have been nice. I said, that's what it's going to be like, because who's hitting behind him to protect him in the lineup? And he tried to go, Pete. I'm like, shut up. Pete Alonso is not Aaron Judge. Go away.
Not in.
Anyway, so all the pomp and circumstance of opening day yesterday,
yes. Certainly
great to see. It looked like opening day, blue skies, the bunting. They didn't bunt, I don't think, but the flags were out. The field was decorated. The sky was blue, and it was 50 degrees and sunny in the Bronx.
Beats that day. I'll always remember from what was it, 96, I think, when Andy Pettitte was pitching in the snow on opening day.
Andy Pettitte was there to throw out the the ceremonial first pitch yesterday.
Did he look like
the lefty legend? They refer to him as a legend now.
Feeling old.
Garrett Cole was at opening day in his, he had some apparatus on his arm, but he was there and said he wouldn't miss it for the world to have his name called on opening day.
Yeah.
So
he's
that's
going to
good
be
stuff.
Around. He's going to be around.
Good. All right. So as we start most episodes in the regular season, let's see where the Yankees are in the standings. They are currently 1-0. They are tied for first place with just about everybody in the American League East. And they are, again, in the midst of this opening series against the Milwaukee Brewers. They win the opening game 4-2. And since our last episode, they are 1-0.
Isn't it strange the way the Mets and Yankees switched opening day teams that they play? The Mets opened up against Milwaukee and the Yankees opened up against Houston last year. And they just switched it this year.
Interesting. I remember that the Yankees, I mean, they swept them. The Yankees swept
the Yankees
them.
Did that opening game in Houston. Remember, Holmes almost gave that one up, but Soto threw the guy out at the plate. But the Mets opened up against Milwaukee. They just switched this year.
Yeah.
So strange how that happened.
Juan Soto had a much better opening day last year.
Well, keep it calm. It's only one game. I'm sure he'll do some good things for them this year. Hopefully there's 6 games there's 6 games I hope where he bites the bullet, but that's another story.
Yes. All right. So let's go some positives from the actual play on the field. I think we have to start. You're only as good as your next day starting pitcher, and our first starting pitcher was Carlos Rodón. He picks up the win, his first of the year. He goes 5 1/3 innings, gives up 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 2, struck out 7, and he gave up 1 home run. I think that's the Carlos Rodón that we would love to have show up 28 to 32 times this season and go out and win 17 to 20 ball games.
Yeah, that's what he did last year, and hopefully we get that again from him this year. That's fine. Tomorrow we see Fried. Hopefully he's all he'll live up to the billing, and we'll be 2-0. I'd like to see a little more offense. There wasn't enough. I mean, Judge got his hit. He knocked in a run, but that was a little bit of luck. It hit the third base bag. If it didn't, it could have been a double play. I don't want to.
Sometimes you get those bounces.
Yeah, home runs are nice, but I like to see hits. I want to see hits. I'll get a double, you get a single, and we'll run around the bases. Gleyber Torres is gone, so we'll run the bases the correct way.
Yes.
So that was funny last night.
Yankees were. Go ahead.
I turned on the later on. The Dodger came on against the Tigers, and somebody hit a sacrifice fly, and all of a sudden I hear, and Gleyber Torres tags up from third and scores. I'm like, oh, that's right. Yeah, he's on Detroit now.
Yeah. On the day, I mean, you talk about the offense. Yesterday, the Yankees were 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position, so they leave 6 on base. That seems to be Yankee baseball 2010 and later.
Yeah, we need the timely hitting. I mean, you're not going to do it every day. You're going to have games where you get, we were 1 for 7, 2 for 10, whatever. But hopefully more often than not, you come through in the clutch and you put the ball in play. I don't want to see strikeouts. Put the ball in play.
Yeah. I mean, the Yankees on the day struck out 10 times. Wells struck out once. Judge struck out twice. Bellinger once. Goldschmidt twice. Chisholm twice.
Yeah. That's put the ball in play. Make contact. I saw one of Judge's strikeouts.
They did have 7 hits on the day.
When they had runners on base, Judge came up earlier in the game. I don't know if it was like first and second, and he got the count to 3-2. At least I think it was 3-2. He then struck out on the next pitch, and so help me, the pitch was up near his shoulders. I'm like, what the hell are you swinging at?
If we've learned anything about Aaron Judge, he is not MVP caliber in the month of March or April. As the temperature increases, so does his ability, which means we should be due for a great game tomorrow because it's supposed to be 80 degrees on March 29th.
Time will tell.
We shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, tomorrow we get to see the right-handed lineup against the nasty Nestor.
Yes, Nestor Cortez makes his return to the Bronx. He had commented that he, prior to the game yesterday, that he wasn't sure how he would be received in the pregame introductions, but they cheered him.
Yeah, they're going to cheer him. They got no problem with him. He didn't leave on free agency where he snubbed the Yankees. They traded him, so you get applause.
Yes. Is he worthy of a tribute video?
No.
He did not accomplish enough.
No, when you think about it, he had the one good season.
Yes.
And that was 3 seasons ago.
You are correct, sir. You are correct. Wanted to go through and take a look at the actual roster too, because obviously that's now been finalized. Carlos Carrasco makes the rotation. They signed Ryan Yarbrough like before the game yesterday.
Yeah.
JC Escara, he is the backup catcher. Had a nice moment. They set these things up to post on social media. Boone calls him into the office, lets him know that, had a really good spring, but, tough decisions to make. And, he's going to go north with the team. So then you get he cries, he gives Boone a hug. So I didn't realize he was a former substitute teacher and Uber driver. Oh,
you didn't hear all that story?
I did not hear all of that.
Yeah. The man was living foot to hand, however that saying is.
Yeah. Pablo Reyes made the team, infielder, wearing number 19. Obviously, Rice is there. We got Trent Grisham. So
yeah, they put he went into center field yesterday, and Bellinger moved to left.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna rock the defensive replacement until Dominguez puts it all together.
I would tend to think we'll see Reyes tomorrow as the DH. They won't DH Rice against the lefty.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
And I think everything else might be the same, except for that. Be the same starting lineup.
Did you notice that Ben Rice also has a new number this season?
What'd they give him?
22.
22. I guess that means you're here to stay. Yeah, there's a lot of high numbers there. What, Cabrera's 90-something?
Cabrera's 97.
97?
No, not 95. Sorry.
95.
But they gave him Soto's old number. So everybody's excited to have their Ben Rice jersey now.
It's true, as long as you didn't have the name put on it.
I did again. When you buy Yankees jerseys, unless you're spending the $250 to get like the actual jersey, there's names on the back of all of them. So I saw a thing on social media. This guy was sitting in right field. Somebody took a picture from the back, and he had the Soto jersey on. So you had the S, and then he had like the painter's tape on covering the OTO, and it looked like the jersey said "sellout."
Oh, again, that's for May 17th.
Yes. All right, real quick before we go further in the episode, want to thank SeatGeek for being some of the muscle behind the Chase for 28. If you're looking for tickets to the ball game or concerts or other sporting events, use SeatGeek. Go to chasefor28.com/SeatGeek. Use our promo code at checkout, Chase for28, and you will get $20 off your first purchase. Thank you to SeatGeek for powering the Chase for 28 podcast. All right, what's next, Pop?
What's next? I don't know. After one game, there's really not a lot to talk about. I do not think we will see Devin Williams pitch tomorrow. He threw 35 pitches?
30 pitches, yeah.
I guess tomorrow, if they need a closer, it's Weaver.
Yes. And Weaver looked good. He came in, retired the side in the 8th inning.
Yeah, and he covered first base.
Yes, he did. Dream Weaver. But you are right. There is not too much to talk about after one game. We can really just set up the rest of the series. So, again, the Saturday game, we got Fried making his debut. Cortez will be the pitcher on the mound for Milwaukee. Sunday, we'll have Marcus Stroman on the mound versus Savale in the rubber game. And then we have a series against the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Is it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday?
It is. I had the schedule up. Let's pull that up again. We've got. I gotta turn that to April. It is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All 7:05 starts against the Diamondbacks. And the only pitching matchup we have is the Tuesday matchup, and that'll be Corbin Burns versus Will Warren. The rest of that series is TBD.
So Warren gets Tuesday. The next game is Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. It could be Rodón again.
Yeah.
That's what 5 days rest.
Yeah. And then when we record our next episode, they will be in Pittsburgh, April 4th, 5th, and 6th. So 6 games to start the season.
Strange starting the whole thing off against National League teams.
Yeah, they made that comment too, and I had not considered that. But the rest of April, as we get into this now, we've got the series against Pittsburgh. Then they go to Detroit. Then they are home for the Giants, then the Royals, and then they go to Yankee Stadium South for the Rays. A 4-game series against the Rays. Really? I didn't think they were doing 4-game series anymore.
Is it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
It is.
Sometimes they do that wraparound. That's rare, where they play the 4th game on a Monday.
Nah, after they are in Tampa, they will then go to Cleveland, and then they are home for the Blue Jays, and they finish April on the road against the Orioles. And then, yeah. So,
again,
I mean, you look at the schedule, you think they should have a good month.
Just win series.
Well, we talked about that a couple of years ago when I tried to change the way they kept the standings.
Yeah, well, nobody listens to you.
Nobody listens.
Yeah, but that's all you got to do. Win series. Win 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
And maybe sweep a couple.
Maybe. Sweep a couple.
Let's not trot out the C squad on the 3rd game if they're already up 2-0.
Oh, yeah. That's got to stop. Who the hell is our C squad? We don't have anybody.
I don't know. Yeah, we can't afford to mess around with the lineups and all this stuff.
No, we'll go out there.
There you go.
We'll have our 3 first basemen playing the infield.
Yes. And you know what? The possibility is there. You can have 3 guys on the infield who can play first base, and they're not all playing first base at the same time. So that's Yankee baseball.
Did you read the article about how many Yankees went on the injured reserve?
I did not.
To start the season? Yeah, there was a thing there. It's and again, DJ LeMahieu, and I don't understand. Calf strain. He had a calf strain over a month ago. I don't know how you can. I almost want to say, like, could somebody let me feel the calf strain so I have an idea of what the man is going through, because I don't understand it. 5 weeks later, I just don't understand it. And
I had
somebody
my back was a little sore this week after. I was saying my back was a little sore this week after playing pickleball last Sunday and going to Little League practice and throwing some BP and hitting ground balls, and I was feeling it a little bit. I didn't take any time off. I'm going to play pickleball this Sunday. I'm going to Little League practice next week on Tuesday. I might participate in a home run derby tomorrow. So,
coach's home
let's
run
go.
derby?
Softball season's coming.
Coach's home run derby?
The Little League is doing it's a fundraiser for, unfortunately, a child who passed away over the winter. So they're doing kids divisions, and there is a 17 and up division. So I could make a donation and maybe try to put a few balls over the fence.
On the Little League field?
No, I do not know. I won't know until I show up, but that's dependent on your grandson deciding if he wants to go and do this or not.
Tell him.
Which is going to be a separate conversation. Kid's an animal. Let me just throw this out there. He was watching crap on YouTube for quite some time, and now he's all about MLB. Dad, I was watching this video. MLB this, MLB that. He was watching a video he showed me. It was like 20 ways to cheat, but you're not cheating. In baseball. Yes. So one of the things he talked about, if you've seen in the last couple of years, and listener, you might have known this, and where instead of sliding into second to break up a double play, that slows you down. Just run, take the turn, and go to third. So he's like, and I went to practice, and we were running, and I did the thing, and nobody got me. So, and he's mashing. He is absolutely crushing the ball. We did hitting practice.
That's when a coach is throwing it over the plate. When it's a kid out there throwing it all over the place, But that's how they learn.
That's how they learn.
Actually, what you just said about the cheating, running around the base, there was a guy in Milwaukee that did that yesterday. It was
he just took the turn at second base, right? He didn't slide.
It was when they were threatening, and there was a ground ball for the third out. The ground ball was hit, and Volpe threw over to Chisholm, and the Milwaukee guy just ran right around the base. The ump called him out, but he never slid. He just ran right, and he made the turn. He's like, well, if I was safe, I'm going to third.
Yes.
Where Cabrera would have been waiting for him, so I don't know what he was going to do.
Yeah. So your youngest grandson is all excited and seems to really be loving baseball.
Good.
So I'll get you that schedule. You can come sit in his box.
Oh, we got a family box?
Yeah, we got a family box.
Come with a hot dog?
He's eating it first.
I know. I ain't getting it. That's right, because that's his nickname. He's the Great Hambino.
Yes. All right. Before we say goodbye, we have another trivia question for you. So what is our trivia question here? First week of the regular season, Dad.
Oh, I thought you reworded it before.
Oh, all right. You gave me the question. I tweaked it. Here we go. Here's your Yankee trivia question for the week. In 1922, Babe Ruth was named captain of the Yankees. How long was Babe Ruth the captain of the Yankees? We will have that answer and more next week. We'll record on April 4th. You'll get an episode on April 5th, and life will be good. They'll be in Pittsburgh, and hopefully we are talking about winning the first 2 series of 2025. Any other thoughts on opening day, Dad?
Hopefully we're 4-2.
Hopefully we're 4-2.
Do you have
I might have asked you this last year. Do you have any vivid opening day memory from when you were a kid, teenager, any opening day that really stands out to you?
No, the only one was the one I mentioned earlier in this broadcast.
The snowstorm of 96?
Yeah, when Pettit, I have that picture of him. I could see him in the snow pitching. I could see it.
Who did they play in that game?
Couldn't tell you.
I pretty sure. I'm going to say Cleveland or Kansas City.
I remember Jeter's opening game. He made a catch running back over the shoulder, and he hit a home run in his first game on opening day in Cleveland.
Yes.
That one I do know.
I'm going to Google that real quick. Yankee opening day, 1996. Kansas City. Yes, Kansas City. All right. That's going to do it for this episode of the Chase for 28 podcast. Email us your feedback, questions, comments, your thoughts on the start of the season. The email, as always, is feedback@chasefor28.com. We are on Twitter @chasefor28pod. We are on Instagram @chasefor28pod. And you can send us a voicemail. Go to chasefor28.com/voicemail. I want to give a quick shout out to our friend Alex, who was texting me during the game. And he was unhappy because he couldn't find the game. He didn't know where it was streaming. To which I said, we've been talking about it for months that it was going to be on ESPN. So I gave him the business a little bit back and forth there.
Stay with it. Get on the ball there, kid. No comments from Cousini Jim.
Nothing.
I don't know.
Podcast Cousini. The texting line is open.
Yeah. You had a lot to say a couple of weeks ago. Where are you now?
We can't make fun of the listeners. All right. We'll be back next week. We record these live on Fridays, so if you want to send us feedback, don't send it late on a Friday night because it's not going to make the episode. All right. And again, thank you to SeatGeek. We want to remind you to check out SeatGeek. It's the easiest way to buy tickets for sports, concerts, and more. Visit chasefor28.com/SeatGeek and use the promo code chasefor28 at checkout. You get $20 off your first purchase. Thank you for listening to the Chase for 28. I'm Chris. He's the Podcast Padre, and we'll see you next time.
Good night, everybody.